CES coverage sponsored by GoDaddy.com, the leader in domain names and web hosting services. New GoDaddy customers save 25% by using the promo code CES25 at GoDaddy.com.
Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go! I feel like Speed Racer on this thing. This is awesome. Jeffrey Powers with Geekazine Tech Podcast Network for the CES coverage 2011. I'm here with Jeremy from, how do you pronounce that?
It's pronounced Arcimoto.
Arcimoto, and we're here in an energy efficient car made for actual travel on the streets, correct?
Yeah, that's right. It's really designed for everybody's everyday driving. Most people, they're driving themselves alone to and from work, maybe a few errands, and they're usually doing it in a car that has 5 passenger spaces and can go 300 miles. So we thought we'd make something more efficient, more sustainable, and takes care of just about all their driving needs all the time.
You know what this reminds me of? Those bicycles where you're sitting down low in it and you're doing the pedaling, except you don't need to do any pedaling, and you can have somebody in the back seat too. What's in here for parts, I guess?
Yeah, well, it's funny you mention it. You know, some of the inspiration actually came from an electric recumbent bike. You know, the whole idea of having the 2 wheels in front and the 1 in the back is really a function of efficiency of design and sustainability. We don't have to use as much materials in the body and frame, so therefore it's lighter, goes further on the batteries. So speaking of the batteries, you got about 600 pounds of batteries right below you here. Our standard pack is a lead acid battery pack, takes you 40 miles. We got a DC motor and controller in the front, single reduction differential, and a great race suspension. So the idea is that most people...
Did you just say race suspension?
I did, yeah.
A time to do some electro dragging.
Yeah. We wanted it to be fun too, you know. It's like there's a lot of electric vehicles out there where maybe aerodynamics or there's some other like design standard in there that makes them maybe not as appealing visually. Maybe the drive isn't quite what you'd hope. They're very efficient, but whether people would accept them is a good question. So we wanted to make saving the planet like a fun affair.
How many miles or hours can you get out of a vehicle like this?
So we're going to have 3 standard options. The basic battery pack takes you 40 miles on a charge. It'll take about 6 hours to charge on 110 or a little under 2 if you charge on high voltage. We also are going to have 80 mile and 160 mile range packs on lithium ion.
And do you have, are you using the standard plug for, the GE plug?
So yeah, we're going to use the standard level 2 charging station plug. That's what most people are adopting. But you can also charge in a regular 110 outlet.
Awesome. Where do people go? Well, first of all, how much is this going to cost?
Well, that's really the kicker. We wanted to do an affordable electric vehicle. Otherwise, people won't have it, and what's the point? So we're targeting a basic price of $17,500, and then tax credits and incentives bring it below $15,000.
How safe is this? So if I call up my insurance company and say, hey, I want to get this vehicle, will they insure it?
We've talked to a few insurance companies, and their policy is show us the final vehicle and we'll say yes or no, but they've been resoundingly positive. We're really designing this for safety. You got a full roll cage, which is more than most vehicles provide for you. You have excellent center of gravity, really good handling, and you're centered in the lane, which kind of gives you a buffer away from other drivers. And this being a prototype, it doesn't have all of the body on it, but that's what we're finishing up right now, so it'll have even more, and we're going to be doing crash testing to prove it all.
And is it standard brakes, a disc brake type situation?
Yeah, standard disc brakes. We're really using a lot of off-the-shelf parts. We're not reinventing the wheel, so to speak. They're tried and tested. They're readily available, and anybody can work on them. So it's really going to make it easy for any kind of service and support out there.
Where do people go to find out more information?
Check our website, arcimoto.com. It's ARCIMOTO.
All right, arcimoto.com. And did I ask how fast this thing went?
I'm not sure. This one goes highway speeds. Basically this isn't a neighborhood electric vehicle. It's a full automotive replacement. So this one, on a smaller battery pack, we got up to 70 something. We just put in the full pack, and so we'll test it again. But suffice to say, you can get on the highway no problem.
Awesome. Well, Jeremy, thank you very much for your time. Great stuff that comes from learning how to just reinvent the drive to work and drive home without getting all the rain on top of you and staying as green as possible. For CES, Jeffrey Powers with Geekazine and the Tech Podcast Network.